The old iron gates creaked as Sarah pushed them open. Briar Hill loomed before her, shrouded in an unnatural twilight. The Victorian mansion stood atop the hill, its silhouette stark against the dying light. It was more imposing than she remembered, more menacing. Sarah parked her car on the gravel driveway, the crunching sound unnaturally loud in the stillness. She stepped out, a shiver running down her spine despite the summer evening. The air hung heavy, thick with the smell of damp earth and something else she couldn't quite place, something ancient and unsettling. The house loomed over her, its windows like vacant eyes watching her every move. She walked towards the porch, each step echoing in the silence. The front door was a heavy, ornately carved thing. It groaned as she pushed it open, the sound like a mournful sigh. As Sarah stepped inside, the air grew noticeably colder. Dust motes danced in the pale slivers of light that pierced the gloom. There was a palpable sense of history here, but not the comforting kind. It felt heavy, oppressive, like a weight on her chest. The town of Hollow Creek had always whispered about Briar Hill, tales whispered around crackling fires, passed down through generations, stories of the family that had vanished within its walls, never to be seen again, stories of strange lights and disembodied whispers carried on the wind. Sarah had dismissed them as folklore, the ramblings of a superstitious town. But standing here now, the silence pressing in around her, she couldn't quite shake off the feeling of unease. The house had a presence, an energy that seemed to hum beneath the surface. She wandered through the darkened rooms, her hand trailing along the dusty furniture. Each room seemed to hold its breath, its secrets locked away in the shadows. She could almost hear the echoes of laughter, of arguments, of lives lived and lost within these walls. The whispers started subtly at first. A faint rustling sound like silk skirts brushing against the floorboards. A soft sigh that seemed to emanate from the walls themselves. Sarah paused, holding her breath, trying to identify the source. But the sounds were gone as quickly as they came, leaving her with only a growing sense of unease. The house had belonged to her great-aunt Eleanor, a woman she had never met, a woman shrouded in mystery. Sarah knew little of her ancestors' life, only that she had been a recluse, her later years consumed by solitude and whispers of madness. Documents revealed Eleanor had been an artist, her paintings filled with vibrant colors and haunting imagery. The townsfolk spoke of her descent into madness, claiming her art became darker, more disturbing in the years before her disappearance. Sarah found herself drawn to the grand studio on the top floor. The room was bathed in soft, ethereal light, filtering through the grime-covered skylight. Canvases were stacked against the walls, their surfaces hidden from view. She reached out, her fingers tracing the outline of a cobweb-covered frame. As she did, a gust of wind slammed the studio door shut with a resounding boom. Sarah jumped back, her heart pounding in her chest.